Theatre Bacchus is presenting a fall thriller, The Lady Vanishes. To tell us more about the show and other can't-miss events is none other than the founder of Theatre Bacchus, Lana Borsellino. Welcome back to Morning Live. How are you?
Great. Thank you, Bob, for having me.
Well, absolutely.
It's so nice to be here.
And you guys have done such a great pivot, too, through all of this, and a great way of presenting these shows. So tell us about The Lady Vanishes.
Well, it's a train ride that leaves from Eastern Europe, and many English people are on this train trying to get back home from various things that they've been doing, mostly vacationing. And and one of the ladies disappears. And all of a sudden, the one woman, Iris Carr, that is looking for this lady, runs into denial from everyone on the train that she even was there in the first place. So it's a psychological thriller in its purest form, to see who's telling the truth, who's actually, maybe she imagined that she was there. So you have to tune in to find out what happens.
Yes. Now, when The Lady Vanishes, we think of the Hitchcock movie, but this is actually closer to the original literary work, right?
Yes. So Hitchcock set this in World War II. So he had some Nazi propaganda happening in his film. And Ethelina White's original is really set between the wars. So there really isn't a mention of the wars. It's just there's some talk of underhanded things going on in Eastern Europe and political things, but it doesn't have really anything to do with the Second World War like the Hitchcock show did.
Yeah, tell us about the cast.
Well, we have a cast of 13, and again, excellent voiceover actors, and some of them are doubling roles because there's a lot of people on this train.
Right.
So,
but it's great radio-style theater.
Oh, absolutely, yes. So yes, they're wonderful voice actors, and one of our voice actors is also the sound designer, and our other voice actor is Kate Ratcheter there, and she's our food designer. So they're not only pulling double duty on roles, they're pulling double duty on just different jobs for our Theatre Bacchus team, which is really great, and I'm grateful for that.
Yeah. Now, Theatre Bacchus, of course, named for the Roman god of theater and wine. So we have to do some pairing here. There's actually a cocktail that's created for this virtual event.
Absolutely, yes. So there goes Kate Ratcheter doing her thing again. So this time we didn't do a Bacchus bite, we did a Bacchus bevy. And in the storyline, if you tune in, you'll see, in the storyline, the British people on the train are lamenting because they just can't get a decent cup of tea on this train from Eastern Europe. So Kate has come up with a bad cup of tea cocktail. And it's tea-based, so it's basically a bad cup of tea, but it's a great cocktail. And we have a recipe on our website and a how-to video, as you saw a little clip of there. And so if you want to fix yourself up with a bad cup of tea to enjoy as you are tuning into A Lady Vanishes, that's all there for you.
Perfect. Now we got to talk about the music, including the music during the performance. Billie Eilish created some, what's the connection there?
Right. Well, I just made a little reference to Billie Eilish because we have Lucy Ellis, and she has composed and performed the theme song. We asked her to write a theme song for this production of The Lady Vanishes.
Right.
So she wrote this unbelievable, it's just a perfect theme song.
Oh, and Billie Eilish should be nervous when she hears it.
That's right. That's the reference. So I thought, because it really, Billie Eilish just did the most recent Bond theme song, right?
Yeah.
So if you give a listen to Lucy Ellis's theme song for The Lady Vanishes.
Now, Lana, before we go, there's music before the performance as well, and there's cast interviews, and actually the original playwright will stay up past his bedtime with a Zoom chat.
Yes. So we have Karen Agro playing classical jazz guitar from a classical jazz composer before the show, because we always package our Theatre Bacchus radio drama series with that kind of thing, where we have a musical performance and a podcast.
And we got to go, but Derek Webb joining from the UK. You know what? We'll link up the Theatre Bacchus website for ticket information and lots more. Lana, thanks so much for sharing with us. We got to vanish.